Puck as well.
There's a Wraith King. Okay, all right.
There's that wave clear.
Yeah, he was hanging out there somewhere. I was ready for him. You know, no big surprise right now. Wraith King, he's been the man of the hour, I'd say, in these qualifiers. We have been seeing the big green dude lifting that sword plenty of times, and with good reason too. I mean, it's really nice to have the reincarnation, but I think the skeletons are the biggest thing about this hero right now, which are making him one of the biggest pickups.
Yeah, it's also really good that this like Enigma Beastmaster Puck, they're these kind of heroes where they want to bring somebody down right at the start of the fight and like have a numbers advantage. So like you raw somebody, kill them off quickly, or you like dream core somebody and kill them off quickly. Wraith King's like the counter of that. It's the same against heroes like Doom and things where you can't burst him down easily. So he just deals so much damage in these fights that you have to do something to him. You know, probably just end up trying to kite him around with the coil or something here while they kill off everybody else. Yeah, I like the Wraith King. Like you say, very popular at the moment.
Yeah, and I think it's a good Radiance game as well because you've got the Beastmaster, you're going to have a right-click carry. Puck is like squishy enough to... I mean, he gets his blink cancelled, which is always nice. He's squishy enough to not really be wanting to hang around too long. Just a bit of damage coming out to people inside the black holes as well. There's plenty of little things, but I can also see him going for the right-click build, but I have a feeling it's probably going to be Midas Radiance. But is that too slow with an OD on your team? Maybe you want to be a bit more action-packed.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. If the OD depends how greedy, like the two cores, one of them needs to not be going so greedy, especially on a Sand King. Like at the moment, the Sand King needs to have a good game at the moment to be able to control the tempo for his team. If the OD and the Wraith King both go Midases or whatnot. The only good thing about the Midas is that you know you're probably going to be playing against the Helm of the Dominator from the Enigma or like the Beastmaster, so you can gobble that one up quickly.
All right, so Complexity Gaming, they have one more pick. It needs to be this carry. And I kind of feel like it needs to be their win condition hero. So what is it going to be? I'm kind of feeling a Sven coming on.
How's Sven not been touched, actually? Jug's another one that's been picked a huge amount so far. Does okay against the Wraith King. You can get that early defusal, burn through his mana.
That's true. And you quite like the spin to be able to avoid a bit of the OD's damage. But you've already got the Spirit Breaker to penetrate your magic community when you're doing your spinny thing. So
could they go for like a Naga or something here, maybe? On Complexity?
Ooh. Yeah.
Like you set up for the black hole as well. Like gives you a fail safe to like fall back on in case.
I don't know, man. It feels like It is, but then you look at what Beastcoast have to deal with the Naga Siren, and they've got like AoE in the OD. They've got AoE on everybody, especially if this guy builds. Oh shit, my God! Beastcoast just slamming down the gauntlet with the Ricky pickup. Goodness gracious, that is something.
That's pretty exciting. Their lineup's really greedy though.
Yes.
But it is a good Ricky game. You know, you can get on top of the Shadow Demon at the start of the fight. The Smoke Cloud's really good against the Puck as well. Really good against the Enigma before he gets BKB. I'm feeling the Ricky. Sure, why not?
Yeah. I mean, what's really nice is when Puck goes inside his jaunt, you can always just like pop down the Smoke Cloud, and then Puck's like, "Oh man, I don't want to get out of this jaunt."
You can blink
disrupt. Oh, that's
out
true.
Of the Smoke Cloud though.
Yeah.
Naga. Yes.
All right, good call. I still don't like it though. And now you've also got the AoE miss chance. You don't want to build an MKB on Naga Siren, so you're going to have to go for the Bloodthorn probably at some stage. I don't know. I feel. I mean, this is such a complexity hero though, right? Miracle plays this really, really well. He plays it deep, and he usually. I'm not saying he's gonna. Obviously, he changes his items per game depending on the situations, but we've seen Miracle a lot of the time going for these Boots of Travel builds, where he goes in super deep into the enemy side of the map and basically just like plays as this like backline wave cutting monster, which you have to go and deal with, which makes your so much space on your map. It's super annoying to play against. And you got the Shadow Demon as well, which means a little bit of extra illusions coming out for the Naga Siren as well. Yeah, I like the Naga Siren a bit, but I also think they've got plenty of control to deal with it as well. We're going to need to see some really good performance. Also, Z-Freak Enigma, Tavo Beast. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, it does make sense now. I think about
the
it.
Enigma 4. Yeah, it's definitely just a miracle hero, this Naga. It's, you know, what he's comfortable with. I think it's a decent game for it still. Yeah, the OD's annoying, but I think they should be fine here. And they can kind of just group up as 4 and fight on Cole while the Naga farms. Like, they don't have great wave clear, which we talked about on Beastcoast. They've got the Sand King, which is okay. But, like, these illusions are going to be really annoying to deal with when they get a little bit more tanky. It's the position 4 Ricky, position 5 Spirit Breaker. It looks like one of my pubs. It's great.
Yeah, this is so greedy from Beastcoast. Like, if they fall behind, it is going to be tricky for them to come back into this one, I feel.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's I don't know, if they build Midases, they can find a way back into the game. Like, they have decent fighting potential. They can play around the Epi when the Sankin gets a blink. They can play around the Spirit Breaker constantly all the time. You know, Wraith King doesn't really mind fighting when his ult's off cooldown. OD doesn't mind fighting around his ult as well. Look at that. Weird cow. I still don't understand why you can use phase boots and charge. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Why is that your biggest problem right now? I feel like there's a lot of other stuff going around.
Spirit Breaker is just in every single pub game at the moment, right? And it's just, why is it a thing? Like,
I mean, I have a lot of love for the cow. I have a lot of love for the cow. I'm surprised. Do you reckon? I think at next TI they should sell Spirit Breaker milk. You know, they do like themed products and stuff. Anyway, moving on. All right, so we're going to be heading towards this middle lane, holding onto the Observer Ward and not actually running straight down mid to get it placed down. Meanwhile, Limp will be doing exactly that. I'm trying to get the vision down as soon as possible. So, how are these lanes looking right now? Because mid, we're going to have the Puck versus the OD. This kind of feels like a pretty static matchup. Oh, there's a sentry down. There's a sentry. They know he's here.
Oh, the
boar! He gave it away! All right.
Oh, the boar. What did you do, boar?
Oh, God. Somebody A-clicked. Looking at you, Tavo. Looking at you. Look at him in the top lane. He's nowhere near the scene of the crime.
Tavo's like, yeah, it's not my boar, dude. It's not mine. It's fine.
Maybe he's got shared control on.
Yeah.
So, Moo's just trying to get as much information here as possible, it looks like. They are pinging him out, and I was actually... Wait, at 343?
He thinks there might be detection nearby there. Because
what
of
a
that
cheater. What an absolute cheater. 343. Somebody get this guy's Steam account banned. Goodness gracious. Z-Freak thinking of coming up the hill here, but no. They'll trade evenly on the bounties as... oh, no, actually, though, they'll give 3 bounties to Beastcoast. Interesting.
Okay. I mean, it is difficult to fight when you have an Enigma as well. You've got to remember, so... Kind of just take... I think you're quite happy to just take one, to be fair. Interesting, Z-Freak's doing some kind of like tri-lane down here with the Enigma. And the Shadow Demon's looking to get the courier.
Before it happens, should we talk... Oh.
He knows, though. He knows on the OD.
Yeah, he knows. You never call that courier until you see all the supports in the lanes, which against a Ricky is kind of annoying because you don't tend to see him very often, but...
I mean, tri-laning like this is Beastcoast into an Enigma is really worrisome. Like, you're not going to get any XP between like any of you. It's pretty sad. Yeah,
they're just kind of hanging out right now, but they're playing the Sentry Wards game. The Sentry Wars. There you go. He's taking a bit of damage down here, though. Is he going to be okay? Oh, the stun comes out back onto Z-Freak, and there's nothing really happening down here at bottom. Like, I'm trying to talk about this lane, but everyone's just kind of sitting next to each other. Ricky's walking around, not really getting a whole lot done just yet. And I'm going to throw in a bit of harass onto Z-Freak for the time being. What does this Enigma want to do? Does he want to be in this lane, or does he want to be in the jungle? Yeah,
I mean, he's fine. He's just denying creeps for the Naga. Like, he's more than happy with this. And mid lane as well, there's Puck's destroying the OD. It's not destroying, but Limp's doing really well. He skipped the phase shift at level 2 just to put more pressure on, which is definitely the right thing.
Very strong start, no doubts. And Roy will have to try and steal these creeps with the Astral.
But this Puck has so much base damage, especially with the early Null Talisman finish. He's got like 10 extra on the OD. It's really difficult for him to lane.
And Moo's taking a bit of harass now, moving up to the top lane with Brax. Brax has been struggling a little bit here. And they're going to throw it on the sentry and get themselves a cheeky kill on the Hawk. It's very sad that the Hawk can't run away anymore, isn't it? Just has to sit there and wait for the sweet release.
Sit there and die.
Yeah. Well, Tavo, he's actually fighting onto Brax right now. He's gotten real low. Tavo's trying to find him, and well, 343 will do it with the poison. They're turning their attention to Moose right now, but I'm not sure this Ricky's going to go down. Invis will kick in, and they're going to try and keep up the poison. Go on, 343. One more. Where is it? If he gets this, then I'm flat out reporting him, straight up. All right, he seems to have given up. Although he will see the poison popping right too. Really?
I mean, 3 for 3
Moose?
just
Are
happy
you
to
sure you
fight
want to do this, right?
I think you just...
Oh, he's out of mana. Oh, Moose! What a guy! He checks his mana pool, realizes that he's also got 10 stick charges as well, actually, so this is just not a risk for the Ricky.
I think you just do damage there as Shadow Demon right before you die, but I mean, it doesn't really make a difference anyway, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he dies, he gets his mana back. It's a way.
This Naga getting so little from this bot lane, actually. I'm really surprised, but they have like double, like stacked a creep wave twice, and
yeah,
pulling it towards themselves now.
So. Mike's desperately trying to deny something here, but then realizes that these efforts will be futile.
He's just putting it in front of his tower, ready for the creep wave that's on its way. It's really difficult to stop this Naga from farming that. You know, she has 6 armor. You know, what's the Spirit Breaker?
Top lane, Brax in some trouble. They've got the Hawk up on the high ground as well, able to see everything. Brax, you can't escape in the trees when you're playing against the Beastmaster. That Hawk coming in very useful.
Sanking's like, yeah, this lane's fine. And then Ricky turns up and they're like, doubles the value of the detection on the Dire Shard. He's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Don't make them bring more sentries up here.
Very tasty to have sentries this game, no doubts. Meanwhile, Z-Freak, he's taking a... He's going to try and get some jungling done. Nice. This was the point of the Ricky, right? To... Ooh.
Pounder.
Nice bash. Yeah, he's just getting the value in right now. Miracle taking some hits. Having a really horrible time down here. What's this coming out on the courier for him? Oh, it's only a Wraith Band and some tangos for him. That is it.
I think he understands, though, that it doesn't matter if he has an awful time in the laning stage, because his team, as long as the 2 cores in the other lanes have an okay time, they can just make space for him afterwards, and he can just jungle up. You know, he just has to accept that he's going to have a difficult start to the game.
How sad is his Sand King, by the way? He's just sat in a sandstorm, not farming any creeps, not even farming the new. He's just sitting here,
just playing around his sentry, trying not to die. Fair enough.
Desperately trying to survive. Well,
he's getting destroyed up here in this top lane.
He really is, and considering how many sentries have been bought out to him as well, you know, this is like gold invested into this lane, and it's not getting a whole lot done.
The runes are about to spawn as well. So how about going to pick one up? Brax just happy to get anything he can in this top lane instead of going to pick up the runes.
Well, Naga been given a little bit more space in this bottom lane. Oh, not for long though. In they come, charging through. It's Moose, it's IX Mike, it's Leo. They're all on top of Miracle right now. Can they bring down the Nagasara? So much armor on this hero. Oh, she is just living through it all, and yeah, getting loads of congestion in the trees right now, but they are still following. But in comes Z-Freak, but I don't think it's going to matter. Miracle being run down, the backstab coming in as well. Leo grabs that kill onto Miracle in the bottom lane, and well, yeah, that was cursed. She comes in, tries to get a couple of CS, and doesn't manage it.
Can you, have you ever seen a Wraith King Ricky Spirit Breaker tri-lane before? Or is this your first time as well?
Yeah, it happens all the time in my pub games.
Is this just an NA thing, or...?
Yeah, this is us little EU boys being exposed to this, the harsh, barren wasteland of North American Dota.
Look at Sand King. He knows he can't farm tops, so he's just going to try and skip the creep wave instead. If Adam had dust, then I think the Sand King would probably die. But
Limp on the run. Moves on top of him. He doesn't actually have the smoke screen right now, so just going in for a couple of extra love taps on there.
Oh, he's saving his 6th skill point on the puck. Interesting. I would have thought you would have just... Yeah, he's gone 3-0. I was going to say, I don't mind this. If he knows he's not really going to be getting any ganks anytime soon, there's no point in leveling up Coil. Just go for the burst damage instead. Makes more sense. Moose. This is like the Bobica Ricky. I think we've seen that before. The Ricky against the Enigma.
Yeah, but that was when there was the Enigma just trying to farm as much as possible all game. Like this Z-Freak, he spent a lot of time in lane. The Ricky kind of got a bit lost, didn't know what to do with himself, tried to go up top, it didn't really work out for him, so now he finds himself some purpose as the Enigma returns to farm, but Moose honestly not getting a whole lot done in this early stage.
I mean, this is a problem with this bot lane, right, for Beastcoast, where they've effectively got 3 heroes against a Naga, but none of them are good in like the early laning stages. Apart from Wraith King's okay, but Like, this Naga still has 35 CS.
Top lane, Tavo could be in some trouble. Alex Mike rotating in. Brax has the stun coming out as well. They're going to need a little bit more than this, though. Ooh. The caustic finale probably not going to be enough. Alex Mike, can he find the charge? The TP out is being attempted. Oh, he gets him with the charge. What? IX Mike, God. I mean, the range on that was huge for starters. So he's like,
yeah,
he might act like a train, but he's not as wide as a train. But apparently he's got a hitbox as wide as a train. I don't know about that, but still, it was a sick little play. Just charging through the tree line there to make sure you can cancel the TP and find the kill.
They're charging bot now as well, and you see the OD TPing in as well. They want to go for this Naga here. She doesn't have Song yet as well, so... Oh, the charge got cancelled by the Shadow Demon.
Oh, okay. Well, that's something. And Miracle will be able to complete this TP. Although they even dropped the Sanities. That's a little bit extreme there from Royo, yeah?
Did not do the maths.
Throws back the tip as well, he says, yep.
Did not do the maths.
No, this is a Platinum OD, by the way. Level 18.
Makes me a little bit sick, I'll be honest. I think the highest I've got is 12. And, you know, all my others are like... Yeah, I only just hit my first gold hero.
Yeah, I used to spam Visage, so my Visage is 12, but yeah, everything else is pretty low.
You're a shaker spammer now, anyway.
Yeah, just until I get the Arcana. Yeah, he's getting run down a little bit. He's having some board troubles, and juking all the jukes in the world won't save you from Tavo right now, as he grabs another kill up here in the top lane. But they lost their tower up here. I'm actually surprised, but I guess that's the power of the skeletons. He's got the early 4 points in Mortal Strike, and it just allows him to run down the top tower.
Z-Freak is really poor on this Enigma, though, actually. I mean, he hasn't just been jungling the whole time, so we shouldn't expect him to be anywhere near as farmed as normal, but even so, he really doesn't have a huge amount. He's even got a Blightstone as well. I'm wondering whether he's thinking of just building into a medallion early on here.
Ooh, charge forward onto Miracles. Smoke comes out as well, but they're looking to turn this one around maybe as Disruption comes through. Limp joining in this fight as well. Diet going to be collecting onto Beastcoast right now as the coil gets broken for a ton of damage, but barely lasts 2 seconds with this bulldoze. But can they run him down the poison? It will be enough to finish him off. That's a dead cow. Complexity, well. They'll be having beef. Right now up on the top lane. Uh-oh. Where's his mana? Where is it? It's not there.
Have it leveled. Oh, he does.
He did. He doubled it up in the last minute, but he didn't have mana for it.
Dear, oh dear.
Yikety doodles. Meanwhile, though, okay, Tavo, he didn't really remember out the runes, and Royo just sneaks around the back and goes, tee, my runes, and gets both of them. So that's going to mean an even trade on the rune front, which is better than what Beastcoast should have gotten from this. So they did lose 2 heroes just before the runes spawned. So I'll be happy with that.
This puck has a DD as well, and with this catapult in the mid lane, I'm kind of hoping they can try and get this tower hit. You see Adam just waiting in the trees, and Z-Freak's like, no, you're not hiding here.
Disruption's out, Orbs following in as well. Moves, he's been surrounded, the dust is on him. He doesn't have level 6 anyway. Even if he wanted to, he couldn't use his ultimate. And that's going to be another one. Complexity really starting to rack up the kills and the gold right now. Beastcoast starting to feel the pressure a little bit. But, you know, we said this was kind of going to be part of their lineup. We always expect it. And we also said that Rating wasn't going to build a Midas. But look what my boy Leo is rocking right now.
But, I mean, that's fine, though, because we talked about them maybe getting a Helm of Dom and stuff. I think they know better than that on Complexity, though. I'd be very surprised if they started building into one at this point. We talked about this, though, that if the Sankey has a bad start to the game, there's nobody that can make plays on the map, right? Like, you just have 3 greedy cores that all need farm. And guess what happened? You know, Brax had a rough time, and now they're struggling to make anything happen. You know, this Naga's just free farming. They're chilling, having a great time. And they can just start shoving down lanes now with this Beastmaster. And they can do whatever they want. No, he's even put it with drums.
Moose seen in the trees there on top of him. Immediately, the Midnight Pulse going to rip down all of those trees. Mass deforestation to get the kill onto Ricky, but the rat is poisoned. Yeah, Miracle, he's like, well, like, do I want to get out of here? I don't really know, but he will decide to throw in the towel on that little engagement there. Thinking his team might want to come over, but they're interested in the tower right now. And there comes a roar onto Brax. Brax is not surviving this one. Oh, Spirit Breaker, I'm not sure that was a play right now. Wanting to save his teammate, but nearly throwing himself into the blender as well. Meanwhile, the tower is just gone. This is such strong pushing with the balls and with these Eidolons as well. Throw on the Inner Beast on top of that. And these towers are not lasting a very long time. And Limp's like, ooh, Arcane Rune. Cool. That's going to help our momentum. Meanwhile, the skeletons, well, they're getting to work at top, but Limp's going to be able to take them down fairly easily.
Yeah, and this Naga's just taken over the whole bottom half of the map as well. Like, look where 343's put the wards. He just wants to protect his Naga down here. She takes the tower as well. They're having a great time.
Line of wards. Look at that. Look at that.
I'm surprised they haven't put a sentry anywhere between the two, just to see where the Ricky's going as well. Like, and if he goes over their wards.
They're that unafraid of the Ricky pick. That's just sad at this stage.
Big scam.
Yeah, completely keeping Miracle safe and sound. They realize that because the Song of the Siren is down, that means that Naga Siren, you know, she's vulnerable. She's a vulnerable lady, and they want to do something about that, but it's just not going to happen.
I like how Brax is just rushing Blink now as well on this Sanking. He understands that they really need the initiation at this point. You know, they've got a Rick and they've got a Spirit Breaker, but when you're playing against Puck, you need that hard lockdown straight away. Sifu's building a Midas, which I kind of don't agree with. I feel like you just play with this early pressure, right? But if they don't feel pressure to do anything anytime soon, you know, because they have this Naga late game, then the Midas could pay off eventually.
No, you see what's happened here is that he built the Basilius in order to build the Vlads, and then Tabo built the Vlads anyway, even though he'd already told him. So,
well,
I assumed he was going to build a Midas then.
I assumed he was going to disassemble it and build a medallion with the Sage's Mask and the Blightstone, but he's just keeping the Bazzi. Why not?
He wants that money.
As well, by the way.
Necro, oh yeah, Tabo. He actually cancels his TP there. Yeah. A little bit unsure of himself, but he doesn't really have to feel much threatened. Mid lane, oh yes. No. Was that mid lane?
Yeah, it was roughly.
Roughly. Near enough, in the area, okay. Jumped to the wrong position, but that's okay. I was going to say this earlier, but should we do some more charity tea tours like we've done in the past?
Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
Okay. So
it's gonna be an expensive day.
Well, we've only got 2 best of 1, so it shouldn't be too much. Basically, guys, the idea behind this is every kill we miss, we will be donating £1 each to charity. I'm fundraising right now, so you can check out on Twitter if you're interested in that. But yeah, every kill we miss, £1 each will be donated to charity. So. Right now we're on £1 each. We'll count the last one. We won't be wusses about it.
I love that this new Shadow Demon build that's been discovered, by the way, where you go like 102 for the laning stage, and then you just max Soul Catcher, and just take away 40% of their HP.
I swear, like when that patch came out, I was like, wait, what? Like Soul Catcher does what? And then no one touched it for ages, and then all of a sudden people are like, hold on a minute, that's actually very good. So. It is just one of those things where it takes a while to really learn to play around it and, learn the strength of the skill. But yeah, it is insane. It is actually insane. Especially the fact that a lot of strength carries are very viable right now. Even if they don't pick a strength carry, they pick the Wraith King, but it still ends up being super, super useful.
I love how Wraith King, instead of a Radiance being queued up, he's only got the Relic queued up. It's like, I'm going to build a Relic, and then I'm going to think about what I want to build afterwards.
My options are open. Yeah, this Sand King, he's not having a great time, is he? He's got that Demonic Purge on him, and they will be bringing him down. Tethered, tied to the floor, and shot.
What's this Puck? I thought Puck might... Like, he's gone for this Blink. He's got this 4-staff queued up next. I'm just wondering whether that's what he really wants to build. Like, it's obviously really nice versus the Ricky. But does he feel like he has to be the one that builds the 4-staff? Couldn't, like, the Enigma build a 4-staff, for example? But I guess you don't really want to rely on your teammates if you're just split pushing all the time. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Down and bottom. They're going to smoke themselves up on the side of Beastcoast. Look for a bit of action here onto Miracle. They have him. Can they get him down? In comes a charge. In comes a smoke. The TPs are coming in quickly for Complexity, but they are too late to save the Nagasiren. But they're still looking for this fight right now. The Roar comes down onto Brax. Not again. Not Brax again. They're actually going for 2 at once. Brax goes down. It looks like Moose won't be surviving very long either as he tries to make a throw around, but no, the coil will be enough to get the vision to finish it off. So 2 kills in return for Miracle. But you know what? I kind of think that Beastcoast might actually take that one. Even though they got absolutely no gold for that Miracle kill because Royo took it, and he's the 2nd highest net worth on their team. And Nagasaren is the third highest net worth on their team. That's how it works, right? It's based on positioning within
they
your
didn't
teams.
get as much gold because there was like 4 of them doing the kill.
Oh yeah, well also that.
Yeah, you get less gold. So. Yeah, but that you're right as well. If it's if you have a lower net worth when you get the kill, I think you get more gold back for it as well. You're right. Oh, it's so funny. That Borso on Alex Mike's bulldoze, it like slows him for like half a second, and then he just carries on running away. It's
Very
good
cool.
stuff. Yeah, they get the D ward on complexity though from where the Naga died. They understand there's something suspicious there. Brax's Tavo's getting charged on this Beastmaster.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 3-4-3 behind him, but the sign's actually coming out, so he can't save the day. And now an epicenter coming through, getting through the both of them. Down goes 3-4-3. Tavo pretty low as well, but the black hole coming in from Z3. Gotta catch out 4 of them. No, actually just the 3 as they turn around and just finish him off afterwards. But they did get the kill onto Royoya. Meanwhile, the charge forwards, well, Lim just says no, Ike's Mike, and kills him pretty much. Meanwhile, Wraith King, he's, oh god, that's a lot of damage coming out of the Nagasaren right now. She's just picked up a Manta style, and she is not afraid to chop away at Leo, so he has to back himself away. And again, it's just feeling like the teeth are missing from Beastcoast's bite right now.
This is what I meant by the Enigma Midas though. Like, imagine if he had a pipe there. Like, how different that fight would have been.
Yeah, the extra tankiness,
like
just those last, yeah.
Midas and 1600 gold. That's a pipe, right? I guess he would have had less gold if he didn't go Midas, but even so.
True. I'm not smart enough to work that out. My brain doesn't do maths very quickly.
There is a radius now up for the Wraith King as well, which is massive.
There is.
19 minutes isn't a bad timing, considering how this game's been going.
That's true, but then you look at how much they've lost in that time, and they are 7k gold behind complexity right now. They have to try and make this up somehow. Can they do that? Wait, Odie had a Midas, right? Am I tripping?
I don't think so. I didn't check, but I assume not. I don't think you go double Midas on your cores. Right?
No.
They've been so greedy this game.
I mean, you would have sold it anyway, so this was just a straight Veil. I did see that Veil earlier, but meant to comment. I made a mental note. Then I got sieved away in the sea of everything else. But yeah, a Veil on OD. This is something I've never seen before.
Yeah, you kind of do this build where you really want to just play around the burst damage that your ult can give. That's why you see that he's building up the Mystic stuff into the Hex straight away, because he wants to like mass up this int early on. The Naga doesn't have a huge int pool, so if you can try and bring her down quickly with the burst, then that's definitely the way to go here.
Lines being drawn down to the bottom side of the map. Yeah, the Hex is now queued up from the OD after that Veil, so a bit of lockdown to go with a bit of burst. And of course, when you're OD, any int you make is going to help you damage out an awful lot as well.
Yeah, especially against the puck as well. It's really nice to have that instant lockdown that we talked about. So Hex, very useful. Oh, Mike might be in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, he is in a little bit of trouble, isn't he? His sausage is fried a little bit, one could say. Nagasaren sitting on 2.5k gold currently. What's she going to go for next? Let's have a look. So obviously there's Diffusal versus the Wraith King at this stage. Seems very nice, though he does have that Midas, so it's very likely he's going to hit 20 at a decent time anyway. But then again, it just does help you do so much damage. Yeah, she's going to go for it anyway. It is almost core on Nagasaren. There's very, very few games where you don't go for it.
And if you look at what the puck's queued up as well, I think this shows about how they want to play this timing. This is something that's been happening more and more often here for the puck players. I know Weeha started to do it a lot as well at Epicenter when he played puck. Odie accidentally asteroid himself top here, by the way. This might be a mistake.
Ooh. You could say that, couldn't you? Unfortunately, he's trying to juke around the trees right now, but now the Naga comes in with a net as well. Royoya, my friend, you are dead.
That was so costly. He was standing right next to the creep wave and meant to Astra one of them, but accidentally Astra'd himself.
Credit to Limp as well, though. Seeing that happen and immediately just like, well, he's got no Astral. He's just used it. Let's take full advantage. Not sparing any second thought to go in there onto OD. You never know. It could have been a next level bait. You never know. But in this situation, it won.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, back to my point about this puck BKB. You know, this second, third item BKB is something that's becoming more and more popular. Where you just look to play around your BKB timing. try and fight. That's your big power spike in the game, effectively. And then as you get towards your level 25 talents, you kind of hit another, power point later on.
Oh, Moose dusted up on top of with the coil as well. Ricky being beaten down. The forced off? Oh, by Limb just to clear the trees. Alrighty, well, yeah, Moose could do nothing but run around in circles and fall to Limp as he's now on a monster kill streak right now. Currently sitting on 8-0 on this puck, by the way.
Isn't that Ricky gameplay in general? Oh,
top lane. No, the Sanity's coming in, doing a lot of work, but in comes the Song to save the day, and now the Black Hole easily set up onto 3. Limp getting into the middle of it. They're going to take down 1. They're going to take down 2. They're going to take down just about everybody. Miracle on the run, though. Moose is looking to finish the job. He gets his kill. It might actually be worth it, but it's only an Aegis target. Don't forget, because I did. Moose now needs to get himself out of this one. He's got a while to go yet. 4 seconds still remaining as he tries to make his way out of here, but it's finally runs out. He's going to try and get himself away, but no,
there's a sentry.
They had a sentry. They had a sentry. Down
they got
by
Mike
the secret
as
shop,
well.
actually. Oh no, Mike goes down as well. Just happening off camera. That's another £2, Mo.
Come on, man. What are we on at the moment? I haven't even been counting.
Yeah, it's only 2. Yeah, it's only 2 we've missed.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Miracle just pushing in that top lane. They're pushing in both lanes right now. They're just trying to get as much building damage as they can out. I don't think they're going to actually take anything here, so they just want to kind of spread their damage as much as possible. I guess.
They have to be careful on complexity. They don't have Black Hole. You don't have the Naga Song. You don't have the Aegis anymore either, so just chill out a little bit. Wait for your big cooldowns. And I really like what the Naga's building next to her. She's building Skadi. The one thing we've talked about already is this ink gain on Naga being really important to try and fight up against the OD. And Skadi gives you lots of that. 20 in. Means you're not quite so susceptible to the burst damage. What is Brax? Brax still has this blink Yules. He's still really struggling to find his way into this game, and this is the problem when you kind of fall behind in a game like this, where you have these two Brax. Oh dear. Poor Sankey.
Yeah, jumped once again. He's got the Yule Scepter. Might be able to get the blink off Burrow Strike forwards, but no, they've got the catch. Limp now transcending into godlyhood as he is 9-0-10 right now on this park, just doing whatever the hell he wants this game. Aurelia yet to really turn up to this fight right now. I mean, it kind of felt like they were going, okay, OD, he can play a tempo controller. We're confident enough to pick this hero and it be this kind of tempo controlling guy. And it's just not working for them right now. They haven't found any kind of action across the map. 8 kills is all they've managed to scrape together so far. It's not enough.
There is a Hex coming out on this OD now, though. Yeah, he has finished it, so they really need to try and play around this here. If they can kill off the puck, that would be such a massive kill.
Moose takes a fall.
What's the Ricky supposed to do this game? He's literally just wandering around.
Yeah, literally. He's getting information. He's kind of playing like a Nyx assassin, but
he's getting information that they can't utilize.
True.
Look at this OD. He's so scared. Can't leave. Oh no, the courier.
Oh god, they get the fortify on it, but they realize, that.
Does that work? I'm sure it does.
Looking forward, they've actually managed to get a cheeky kill onto Enigma right now, so I'm wondering if they back themselves off or they hang around this area. It looks like Beastcoast aren't willing to hide just yet, still chilling. Oh,
Limp gets an arcane rune as well.
That was
That's so scary.
I mean, the Scythe of Ice reveal onto an Enigma isn't really that big of a deal, especially when he's in position for Enigma, but still it means there's no black hole. But yeah, that BKB will be something to look out for. 3, 4, 3, going to break the smoke beautifully. They're pinging it out, but Limp comes in. He throws down the coil immediately, and they've taken so much damage on both these heroes as down goes the Spirit Breaker, and now the disruption comes out, just holding the Sanking still for as long as possible for Miracle to come in and finish him off as well. Beastcoast, where's the rest of them? I mean, why are they this deep without a full team? I feel like they can be fighting right now as well. They've hit some huge timings. They've got the Mjolnir, they've got the Radiance, the Enigma was dead, but they're still playing this very cautiously.
They can't take these big 5-on-5 engagements though, right? They have to just try and find pickoffs, which is what they're doing. But yeah, unfortunately, they just ran into a few heroes there. And a cute little play from Limp. I forgot about this. He just used the Force Staff to break the coil on the Spirit Breaker, just to get the extra stun.
Keep that damage coming in.
So yeah, not only is it good against the Ricky Club, but to break coil as well. So nice. Double usage.
Radiant's
Dual
top tower is
functionality.
under attack.
Well, that's probably a better way of saying it. You're right.
You're welcome. So, Naga Siren, she went for the Diffusal Blade and then straight into the Eye of Skadi, so her illusions are going to be absolutely terrifying right now. Like, they can probably solo kill the Riki if they've got
Radiant's
vision.
top shrine is under attack.
I'm wondering if she goes for the Bloodthorn next.
Really interesting that this Ricky stopped at 2 points in invis, by the way, because he understands how important the mobility in the smoke cloud is. I mean, every other time we've seen Ricky played is, you go for that like 1-1-4 build and just max out the invis early on. But it doesn't achieve anything this game, right? If he levels it anymore, so you really want that smoke cloud versus the puck. Reduce the cooldown as much as you can.
Dire's
Well,
bottom
Complexity,
tower
they're all
is
kind of
under
hiding on
attack.
this high ground right now. Well, they spent so much of this game actually just in this whole big circle. It's such a nice place to sit as well. It gives you access to the middle lane. It gives you access to this top lane, especially with a hero like Naga Siren. You can just keep 2 lanes like really, really pushed in at once. And
Dire's middle tower
Beastcoast
is
have been
under
very focused on
attack.
this top lane right now, and I'm gonna kind of focus on the fight, which might be engaging right now. It might even come down to these. Look at Leo. He's just running at them right now. He's not scared at all. He realizes that if they jump on him, that it gives his team a really good opportunity to jump right now. But not if
His
Miracle can get on
mana's
top of him and
gonna
drain
go.
his mana.
He
It
has
is
the
going.
talent.
It is gone. But he got the talent. All right, he's level 20. Z-Freak actually popped the BKB though. Alex Mike realizing that he needs to get away from this Enigma. He can't stand the black hole right now. I mean, one of the backlines they've been able to take down. They took down Limp. They got the smoke onto him. Leo might be dying a second time, but no, the burst strike comes through. But there comes
What?
ultimate
The
from
Enigma just
Royoya.
disappeared.
Just annihilate Z-Freak. Leo does die all the same as they try to fight this one. The epicenter coming through as well. Tavo, he's just accepted his fate. 3-4-3. One of the last ones alive right now, trying to get himself out of this one. But in comes the roll. They're trying to bring down Miracle. They're focusing all of their attention onto the Nagasar, and the Mad's still going to buy her a little bit of time. She's trying to get the song off, but the Yules comes in, and that will ensure the kill onto Nagasar. She cannot sing. She is silenced up and shut up and killed. And there's going to be 4 heroes dead on the side of Complexity. Beastcoast might have just bought themselves a little bit of space in this game and can possibly even look to turn this one around.
Dire's middle tower
That was so sick from Beastcoast. Like the Wraith King, the Spirit Breaker, basically just run in and force spells, like spell
Yeah.
usages on them. And especially now the Wraith King's level 20, like with the talent, he just doesn't care. They can burn his mana all they want, so they use Raw on him. Like they're cancelling the Enigma's Blink, even though he has BKB on. And Limp's just dying in the backline on the meantime. Like there's 4 heroes that are trying to chase around, deal with this Wraith King, who just comes back to life again. Oh, they caught the Shadow Demon as well. Adam's in trouble.
Oh dear. 3 shot by the Outworld Devourer. There's a reason they pick Royo this hero.
They're really lacking damage now that you can see on this dire side. This is the problem with like the Puck Beastmaster cores. Like they're really good early on, but I guess this point in the game now where the Odie and the Wraith King are really starting to hurt, and they don't really have answers for them.
are scanning.
It's not enough physical damage on this dire side. And they, unfortunately, if you don't get Song and Black Hole off in a fight, you're probably not winning the fight.
So what's next for Complexity right now? I mean, they're actually going for the Butterfly on Miracle. Just get more damage onto Miracle and hope that he can pull through for you.
Yeah, I mean, Butterfly's really good, but I don't know. It's more importantly, they even had the vision control for that fight, right? Like they saw
Yeah,
everything.
Absolutely.
But it's important you just get your spells off and like just don't focus on the Wraith King. Like don't take the bait. He's dangling himself right in front of you.
And the thing about this, the last engagement as well, is the reason it looks so scary for Complexity is because it's one of those strategies which you can just do again and again and again. Like, there's no counterplay to that. If Wraith King is running at you and forcing you to use your spells, like, you can't just let him smack your heroes and try and look for the backlines right now. Like, Beastcoast can just play around you. So this is how Complexity want to patch this hole. They just want to go and try and go for the engagements on their end. They're going to try and smoke up, wrap in from behind, and find some of these vulnerable heroes on the back. Brax would be a
This
perfect
vision.
one. He's in a really bad place right now. They jump in, they get the coil, but immediate Yule's out to try and buy him some space. The third charge going to come through onto the puck, holding him still. Meanwhile, they just go onto the backlines. Ricky held still, but it doesn't look like Brax is going to be falling. The BKB, so many pop from Complexity, and there is nothing Beastcoast can do about this really as Ricky's just going to buy himself a little bit of time, but they will jump in the back and kill third at 3-4-3. But Ix Mike just goes on black hole, cancelled out immediately. Z-Freak being beaten down, boy Royoyo, but out comes the song. They're just regrouping right now. They've got 2 targets to choose from, a Wraith King and a Outward Devourer, and they're going to go for neither. Complexity just kiting around for the time being, trying to force out that BKB, and they will certainly get it. Royoyo has to pop it, and now back himself away. If he doesn't pop it there, they will just jump on top of him and immediately bring him down. So really, really tactical fight from both these teams right now. Both the cores of Beastcoast do survive, but all the supports and that 3-position Sand King are all dead. And Leo's just going for a walk with his Hawk right now. Gets that kill.
I love how Tava has BKB on. He's like running around desperately trying to find a black hole, but he just can't. He doesn't want a black hole, just one hero. I feel like all he has to do is just blink in and find this OD with the black hole, right? Like, he's the most important target this game, especially now he has a BKB.
Yeah. What cancelled his black hole in that situation?
I assume it was the Hex. I didn't actually see. But yeah, I just heard the sound of it getting cancelled straight away. Because his BKB wasn't running when he had the black hole going.
Yeah, that's
the only
always
other
a
thing
costly
they have,
one.
the only thing that goes through the BKB is the Nether Strike from the Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, hard one to get off. Alrighty, so 33 minutes and 38 seconds into this game, and it's pretty even right now. Meanwhile, Leo, he's just sitting inside this Roche pit as Brax deals with the ball, which came to pay a visit. And Complexity, well, they're all going to turn up right now. They can't let this one go for free. This will be the first, second Roshan of the game. The first one, of course, did go to the Naga Siren.
I love this anti-Naga build on the Wraith King as well. Great stuff.
Yeah, literally just all of his stuff is just like, yeah, Shiva's Guard on the Wraith King. He didn't even go for, he went for the Reincarnation Talent. Of course he did, no Reincarnation mana cost. So this Shiva's Guard doesn't even do that much for him in terms of helping his mana pool, but it gives him armor and it gives him that AoE slow. Very important. So it does look like Roshan will just be casually brought down to below half HP and then left for good. Neither team really want to get on this one, but a lot of time wasted.
It's really difficult though, right? Like, you know they don't have black hole up, but even so, like, there's a song available for the Naga who can just walk into the pit, song, finish the Roche, you know, take the Aegis herself. It's really scary. You have to win a fight on this Radiant side to be able to take the Roche, I think.
Leo, he's tempted to go back in. He's giving it some pokes. Meanwhile, Ricky...
He has a defusal on the Ricky now.
He's got some money. Meanwhile, Leo loses all of his health to this Soul Catch. They're actually jumping on him right now. They might be able to take his first life, but still, it's going to take a little bit more. Never mind, no, it's not. The illusions are there to help out and find that kill. Meanwhile, Moose, he's playing around right now. He's actually got 3 of them inside the silence. The black hole is not going to be popped. The BKB is. Meanwhile, Brax comes in with the epicenter that allowed them to get the kill into 3-4-3, but a lot committed just for a Shadow Team. Meanwhile, on the backside of the fight, they're going forwards. They're going to find the Spirit Breaker right now. He's getting really low, and Limp is on top of him. The right click's coming through. The Roar now onto Royoyo as well, but Miracle on top of him as well. The damage is more than enough to bring down the OD. 400 gold going to Miracle, and now it's going to be 2 big kills for the side of Complexity and open up Roshan for them, which Leo so kindly brought down to about half HP, so they're going to make it twice as quick. Miracle, Z-Freak, Tavo all inside the pit, looking to bring down the big scaly boy, and there is no response from Beastcoast right now, as they do not have their Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, all the illusions. You've got the attack speed aura from the Necrobooks. You've got the attack speed aura from the Beastmaster as well. It's pretty crazy. I didn't realize Necrobook increased movement speed as well. I thought it was just attack speed. Interesting.
The more, I mean, there's so much to read here. Who's got the time?
Yeah, that's true. They didn't even use Black Hole that fight, by the way, either.
9 movement
that was the
speed. Sick.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Better than no movement speed.
Also true, especially with all the percentages. They did find Adam, didn't they? Finally, this kind of ganking-based lineup with the Spirit Breaker, the Ricky, and the Sand King, they get something done. This is going to be their job now. But they've got other problems. They've got big problems, actually. They've got a Wraith King problem, or more important, a lack of Wraith King. Yeah, I think they do. They're just going to throw it right down here. Moose trying to come into this one. He pops the ultimate, but it's nothing enough to save the Wraith King right now as they throw down the ultimate on the Spirit Breaker, who thought he could wrap around the backlines, but just gets annihilated. Well, that's going to be a buyback from the Wraith King.
Like, you still have the Aegis on the Naga, but there's no rush here. Like, it's still up for another 3 minutes 45. You got time. You can wait till the black hole comes back up again if you like.
Yeah, and Spirit Breaker's not one of those heroes which you really want to force the buyback from, because if you force his buyback, then he's going to immediately charge you, and then running away becomes very difficult. So it's a really kind of hard one to
talent? What talent?
Oh, hold on, we actually got a bit of action breaking out as they're going for something here on Beastcoast, but in this, I guess the black hole is down. They want to make it happen. They're just going to power into themselves out of this one.
Limp took the GPM. I'm a little bit disappointed. I'll be honest.
Well, he's got no right-click damage, really, so...
Yeah, I mean, if you're going for the Dream Core Rapid Fire, you kind of want to usually take the 90 damage talent at level 15. So, it's fine. I'll let him off.
Yeah, plus we all know Limp as well, you know, 420. You can never resist a bit of 420.
Well, he has a Hex on the Enigma. Christ. That's a big investment.
He's just coming in with some more lockdown as Brax comes forward, starting up Miracle. Miracle actually taking a fair amount of damage here, just the magic tugging. They got to be careful with his Wraith King right now. He does rep Reincarnation, but if he goes down, he won't be getting back up again. Meanwhile, they're jumping forward on 2, 3, 4, 3. Adam is gone, and that is going to be just one cheeky kill to start this off right now. Meanwhile, Beastcoast are a little bit split up. Royo is fairly far away from the rest of his team, but they're not really afraid Beastcoast right now. Taking to the front lines. Yeah, just walking past the Hill of Death. No worries at all.
Tava's about to hit level 25 as well on this Beastmaster. If he wants to take the Inner Beast attack speed, you know, we've seen all these Naga illusions chopping away. Well, you know, I feel like the Hawks could be really useful this game as well, though. I think you can get like 5 Hawks at once or something, right? 6 technically, but this vision control is going to be so important to find the OD in the backline for this black hole. They get the right targets for the coil as well. Also, that last fight, I love how you could hear right at the start of the fight about 6 different wards being dropped down straight away. That was
yeah, the vision game is really on point. I'm surprised this Ricky's not going Basher, but he's gone for the Vladmir's now. That's at least what he's got queued up.
It's just for his team, though. It's not for him.
No, it's not for his team. It's for the Skeletons. What you do is you just send the Skeletons down one lane, and he just follows them invis, giving them auras. Very good tactic.
I think the Skeletons are more powerful than the Ricky. So that's a bit of an insult to the Skeleton.
Yeah, Skeletons are more powerful than everybody. If we're talking, like, energy levels, as in, you know, like...
Oh, he actually took the strength on the Wraith King instead of the attack damage on the Skeletons this game as well. Interesting.
Oh, earlier on, yeah. I mean, if it's a toss-up, but I guess if there's a black hole in the game, then you just want to be able to survive that initial engagement.
Yeah, especially if you know you're not really building any HP items either. Like you're going this Radiance Mjolnir Shiva's build.
Yeah,
kind of
although it's got to feel a little bit less appealing when you're playing into Midnight Pulse and the Soul Catcher, both of these kind of percentage-based things. You know, percentages aren't good versus strength. Oh, Lib's going in deep here. He gets a coil onto 2. They'll rip off the Band-Aid immediately right now, but they're just getting on top of the big target. They're going onto the Sand King right now. He's going to have a burst strike, but no, he gets actually purged off. Jumps in through of them, but he is gone. Who was it? Was that the Skeleton?
It was the little Necrobook.
Yeah. Skeleton. Sorry, not Skeleton Archer. Necronomicon Archer. This guy's not a skeleton. He's got plenty of meat on his bones. Jesus, that is terrifying. That is goddamn terrifying. Have you ever gone to third person?
Buyback on this Sand King.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They have to be a little bit careful here. Naga has BKB in a backpack ready. Yeah, the Aegis has fallen.
Yeah, the Aegis has fallen.
BKB. Not the throne, just the Aegis.
Well, somewhat less important, but still a big deal. Beastcoast, Leo, happy to sit on the front lines for the time being. If they can clean up these Necro units, that would make their lives a little bit easier. Yeah, down goes one. We've got a second one as well, as the smoke also being dropped right now, just to give Leo as much protection as possible. He's rooted up, he's being attacked by illusions. He doesn't really care too much. The disruption does come in, though. That means there's going to be a Radiance on the enemy team right now, and he's just getting beaten down with very little commitment. That is a little bit concerning. The sun comes down, not doing a whole lot. They've got to be careful right now. This guy doesn't have buyback. You've got to fight this one right now. Where's the damage, though? There's a big black hole coming in. They get both the cores into this. Royoyo being dragged back in. He's popped the BKB. He's trying to turn this one around. The Sanities is absolutely huge amount of damage. The song comes out, but the BKB is already there from Royoyo. He's bashing into the Nagasaran and now gets the Astral just before he goes to sleep. Beautifully done. Where's a follow-up? Ice Mikey's trying to get the Nether Strike off, but he's actually being beaten down. He's signed something. He's going to go as well. In comes the Burst Strike. The epicenter from Brax, but into 2 BKB target. It's not doing a whole lot right now, but Naga separated from a team, isolated and killed off on the backlines. Miracle is dead. 584 seconds on the Naga Siren. Sorry, 584 gold to Royoya.
The
92. Keep them alive. They've got the fortify. They're trying to bash up the catapults as well. The mistarts, they should be okay. Everything being used. The Yules, the Burrow Strike. They really don't want it to fall, and it will not.
They still haven't lost the racks on the Radiant side, though. This is like there's such a big hold from them. If they can keep these racks alive as long as possible, like even if you lose one set, it's not the end of the world, right? Like this Narca's not really going to get any stronger than she is already. So
she is peaked.
Like this OD still has an item slot. The Wraithing's well 6 slotted as well, but you know Brack still has lots of room to maneuver on this Sand King.
Whew, this game is getting rather sweaty. 42 minutes in, a 14k gold advantage complexity, but they just can't seem to find themselves a break. I mean, they get a die back on the Wraith King, and it's still not enough to turn this game around for them, because Royo just turns up to that fight, dishing out so many Ds.
All the Ds.
All the Ds, exactly.
Look at this item build on the OD, by the way, with this Veil. He went Hex, Shivas, and now another Mystic Star.
Oh, the roar comes in, Blinking, Tavo's on top of Z-Freak is there as well. They're just surrounding the OD. The rest of the team, they're just held still by the shack. They can't do anything. They're all in the coil. They're trying to last this one out right now, but look at that stun just lasting forever. Brack's going for the TP out. Is that really going to happen? No, it is not. 3-4-3 interrupts. Brack being chased down. He's going to try and make some flashy plays right now. He gets a D-ward, and I think that might be all. Nice blink away as well. Brax, he's making some space right now, but he's running away from a puck. That doesn't usually work. And Z-Freak TPing, blinking to the high ground. Hex as well to keep him locked down. Everybody's making their way over here right now, but he is surprisingly tanky. He has got the Yours. Tries to use it on Limp, interestingly. That will allow him to get the Bow Strike at the very least. Yeah, they've got the tech. He's gone. He's out of here. Goodbye, Brax. But Moose went up to the top lane and got himself a cheeky other kill, so that's going to be the Chad Demon drop, which brings up to 3 kills that we've missed.
Do you look at the Ricky's quick by now? He knows what's up, man. This is it.
Where's the bash? I feel like a Basher is just so value versus Enigma, though, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. This axe, I feel like it's going to be pretty underwhelming.
What are you talking about?
I mean, it's fine when you get to the level 25.
He's straight up going for it. He's actually straight up going for it. He's got the charge away. My boy's okay. Ix Mike on the run, getting himself out of danger. Look at him go.
What a hero. Doesn't even have phase boost, dude. That's the killer.
So, again, the dice continue to fall seemingly randomly in this game. There's no team yet getting an advantage right now.
Oh, the silence on the puck.
Silence on the puck, but no, they can't quite do it. But Wraithing is... I don't really know what's going on here. I mean, they're kind of jumping on top of the Wraithing right now, and yep, they're actually going for this kill, so... They're not really wanting to commit, though. The complexity. Yeah. They're so scared.
They really want to force the ult like they did in the bot lane, just by like chip damage. But they didn't quite make it. Enigma's almost 25, by the way. It's like 1 creep off. Yeah, here you go. So what's he going to take? It's the push power, baby.
In it comes. So Wraithing, I mean... That's the problem with his build, right? Like, he's got a lot of armor, he doesn't have that much health, and also with these mirror images, they Riptides reducing his armor as well. And the magic damage coming out of the puck is still doing quite a lot to this Wraith King.
Oh, this bottom rack just
oh god. There is no response right now. So they hold on to these racks for such a long time, and now they're at the stage of the game. I mean, it doesn't matter that much, but still the normal pushing in.
It's so low committal though, right? Like they have Necrobooks, Eidolons, Naga Illusions, Boars. If Hawks could attack, I'm pretty sure the Hawk would as well, but with the Roche being up now, complexity, you have to be a little bit more careful. You want to play around this high ground. Yeah, you see they put a ward down. Make sure you have the vision advantage around the pit here.
Maybe the Hawk should just have like an auto attack, which just poops on the ground maybe like once a minute and does like 1 damage.
Yeah, just to be a...
He's going to take a drop here, and Ix Mike already gone down as well. He's going to be in some trouble, but he's got the Ricky inside of him, but they're just taking down the illusion. Meanwhile, the black hole comes into the backline, and that's onto 2 right now. Brack's being roared up onto Royoya, keeping him still for the entirety of that BKB, but now he turns around, uses the sanity. He's trying to beat down Z-Freak. Z-Freak will go. Moves is fully HP because he just spent his entire fight inside the Raid King, and now Miracle's going to be in some trouble. They're just beating it down. Doesn't get the song off. The right click comes in from Royoya. That is going to be 2 dead on the side of Complexity. A dieback from Z-Freak as well, but 2 heroes also dead on the side of Beastcoast. The initiation goes the way of Complexity, but then the counter initiation from Beastcoast is enough to make it happen. Meanwhile, Tavo going for the TP out, but that will be interrupted very easily by Leo right now. I'm not too sure about that one, but the puck TPing onto him right now, and that will be enough to scare Leo away. Leo being careful. He doesn't have a team behind him right now. They're a fair bit away.
Yeah, you really need to go for the Roche here, though, if you're Beastcoast. Try and force something here, because if the Naga manages to get
that
the...
would be valuable, and they get it, but now they need to get out. Oh, bash from Roshan. Okay, no follow-up just yet.
And this means that Complexity have to get the Roche for themselves here, while Brax and Ix Mike are dead. Like, if your Naga dies again now, the game's over, right?
Yeah.
So, you need to give yourself that chance to fall back. They're actually not going for it. Wow. I mean, without Z-Freak, I guess they feel a little bit worried.
They thought Complexity would try and take Roshan?
Yeah. But I mean, the Naga's bought back. Like,
Yeah.
could you not have just spammed the Wraith King out of the pit with, like, illusions and coils and poisons and...
I guess not. I guess not.
And now Brax is back up again, and Naga has no buyback. So Beastcoast, like, they have a win condition now. They might be 14k net worth behind, but if they can kill this Naga again, they will run down lanes very quickly with this Wraith King.
It's a
Almost
palpable
has Axe, by the
possibility.
way. Big stuff.
Who has Axe?
Almost has an Axe on Wraith King for the synth.
Oh, good stuff, good stuff. Still holding on to that Midas. Keen on the value here. There's Leo having some real troubles. Some real troubles. Leo, get away from those.
That Soul Catcher just healed him back up again.
Yeah,
As it ended.
yeah.
That was
Thank
close.
you, Soul Catcher. But it was that put him in danger in the first place. Goodness gracious. All right. Well, Leo just going to heal himself off some creeps very quickly. And again, this game made a bit of a standstill right now as neither team feels confident, but I feel like it's going to be Beastcoast who make the next engagement. They want to try and take fights with, they have a chance of killing Miracle, they could be in a chance of actually taking the game. And also...
The Beastmaster has a Bloodthorn now as well, so if they can just get on top of somebody, like they can bring them down really easily with the right-click damage.
I was going to say, I feel like they needed this at some stage, and yeah, it is going to be Talvo that builds it rather than Naga Siren, so... yeah, that's really good.
I think, don't you just keep sending Naga illusions into the Radiant base now, though? Like, chip away at the tier 3s, like the range racks. Like,
Make sure you leave a little door for Miracle to get out of this, guys. Miracle seems to be stuck in the pit right now. Guys, Miracle is stuck in the pit.
Steve Freak's like...
You're doing Roshan! Oh my god! Look at the damage coming out onto him with the Bloodthorn! Jesus, and that's going to be a refresher shard for Z-Freak as well. 2 black holes, 2 chances for Complexity to take this one. But so I was trying to make a point earlier, before they really went into Roshan. If you kill Miracle, the game is over. If you kill this Royo or Leo without buyback, even if you kill them twice, the game's not over because they still have ways to take fights without those heroes. And they've got the dual core lineup versus basically like a one core lineup, a mono core lineup, an Uno core lineup.
It's that's very much Naga gaming, isn't it?
Yeah.
You struggle with her all game, and then, you know, so if you can get away with it in the late game, we just kill her without buyback. The game's just over. Oh, this Wraith King is...
yeah, he's being jumped upon right now, and with that Bloodthorn coming out onto him as well, the damage is more than enough to just bring him down very, very quickly. And Limp just trying to catch on the backlines here. He's going to go straight onto Royo right now with the Aghanims here. He can't get into the fight right now. He's stuck, but still, Leo, he's not going down. Z-Freak, he's going to go into this one, but they got the damage come out onto the Wraith King right now, so they will be able to kill him. However, he's got the Aghanims, so he's going to stay alive a little bit longer. Now they've got Enigma. Can they bring him down before he gets on the black hole? Yes, they can with the help of the Sanity's Eclipse. Over on the main side of the fight, then the magic cat down. Miracle, he's dropping low. He's going to die once. That's his H is gone. And the team, where are they? They can't let him die again. Meanwhile, Moose just randomly dies to Tava on the backlines there. I couldn't quite see that one as they run forwards onto OD, but that will be enough to force back Beastcoast. So they can't stick around and get the kill onto the Naga Siren, and they will be looking to push for these buybacks now. Ricky does not have one. He's got 630 gold off. He's still recovering. Oh, he actually bought a Skull Basher. Greedy, greedy boy, Ricky. Might be punished for this one. But it's going down. The racks are starting to disappear, but Leo just come in to sit on the front lines once again. I mean, they know how quickly they can rip through his defenses, but Royo will be on them in a flash if that does happen. So Complexity a little bit...
They still have cheese refresher black hole. Like, if you just set up with the song or something, can't you just song and like run into the base and set up for a black hole like the Wraith King, or no, even like the OD or something? Like the OD has buyback, but
yeah, but if
it's
you
so
lose
scary.
Enigma, I mean, if you lose the Enigma without him getting off Black Hole, you're in some real trouble right now as they come in. They're going in deep into Limp right now. Limp is finished off. He does buy back Wraith King, though, stunned up on the front lines right now. He has got the reincarnation, but he's forced up onto the high ground right now, yeah. Even if he does die here, he's in a very safe position. Not sure he's going to go down twice. Meanwhile, Sand King going onto the back lines and controlling up Z-Freak, but in comes a disruption. 3-4-3, keeping him alive. Meanwhile, Limp, he's going deep onto Leo. Can he get this kill? Leo is going to go down, but Royo turning up into this fight right now. Meanwhile, Z-Freak, he's actually not dead. He managed to get out of this one, so still has that threat off the back. Oh. Hole. Ooh, okay. Okay, this is getting down to the line right now. Ricky, he's coming back in 8 seconds. That's going to be as they jump forwards onto the OD. OD just trying to face tank all of this right now as Alex might come charging through. In comes the disruption, though, to make sure that doesn't happen. He's sitting in the front lines right now. Really wants them to attack him rather than their base. We're realizing he has to kind of start clearing out some of these illusions, and we'll start getting to work. The final barracks remaining for Beastcoast right now, holding on to this game with everything they've got as they jump forwards. They've got the coil onto Royo. Royo losing so much health. Soulcatcher on him as well. Miracles on top of him. Royo getting low. He will be able to come back into this one. Oh, they've managed to kill off. They killed Z-Freak. He's got no black hole. He's got no buyback either. He won't be able to come back into this one. And now looking towards Miracle as well. He doesn't have buyback either. If they can bring down Miracle, this game actually could end. But there's actually the OD who's taking so much damage. The Bloodthorn, the illusions, but he's got the buyback coming back onto the front lines right now. They've got Naga up into the air with the Yule Scepter as they managed to finish her off. No, he comes 3-4-3. He's got the disruption. Surely they can kill her. Can they do it? Yes, they can. Royo hunts her down. Down goes 3-4-3 as well. None of these heroes have buybacks. 3 dead from complexity. They might actually just be able to do this, but they've got so much to push through. They've got to run down the middle lane. They don't have their Wraith King. It's going to be a big fight from here on out, even though they've taken such a huge leap forwards. Is the game over?
Limp has an arcane rune on Puck. If there's one hero that can push out waves with an arcane rune, it's definitely this little fairy dragon. Goodbye, wave.
Me. Yeah. So where are the creeps going to come from? They don't have a magic creep spawner
as well.
Yeah, they realize what they need to do right now. This is nice from complexity, just making sure that the game's not going to be ending anytime soon. Royo's like, we need to push mid, but how? Ice Mike, he's going to be the creep bodyguard.
Yeah, they have to protect their creep waves here in the mid lane. The Sand King have BOTs? Yeah, he does. So they have to make like an all-in play in the dire base here. Tava's hanging around because he understands if they commit, he can just try and like end the game himself. He's built a Deso on this Beastmaster as well. Like he's all in.
Yeah. As he needs to be. So we'll keep our eyes on Tavo. And we'll keep our eyes on mid as Royo with his DD able to tear through that middle tier 2 tower. 47 seconds left on the Nagasaran, 23 on the Enigma, and 23 now on the Shadow Demon as well. Looks like it's just going to be... I mean, they might go for the win here. They might actually go for the win.
You just have to go for this.
Yeah, they absolutely do. Here we go. Going in deep. Yeah, Tavo's like, I'm going to split push, but actually, you need to get back and help this one right now. Though the Fortify coming in. Yeah, they need to do something here.
Good lift though. He's taking the last racks on Tavo.
Yeah. So if they don't commit to this play, then I don't think they're going to stop though. I think Beastcoast are going for the all-in right now. They're doing it. They're going for the tier 4s. They're going to be able to take down one. Nagasaran back in 10 seconds. All hell is about to break loose. It's in goes the Spirit Breaker, nice and loose. Well, he's actually going to get the refresher orb off. Gets 2 of them inside the coil, and in they go, fighting forward. Z-Freak, he has a black hole, but he's getting low. Moves on top. Oh my god, the Sadisties from Royo annihilates 2 of them. They're now fighting 3 on 5. This is not good for complexity right now. Meanwhile, inside the base, Alex Mike's had to come back, but there's nothing going on at the Radiant base. It's all about the dire base right now. Leo is just going to fight it right now, trying to bring down that Ancient. Miracle on the front lines right now. Meanwhile, Tavo comes back. He might be able to get the kill onto Spirit Breaker. Over on the dire base, though, Alex Mike's actually gone down to Tavo. Leo just focusing on the Ancient. It's going down. It's going down. There's no chance. Leo, he's not even onto the Ancient base on the Radiant side, and that is going to be a victory for Beastcoast. What a turnaround from the Beastcoast boys. They managed to take the first game in the TI qualifiers for the NA side of things, and in a spectacular fashion. What a game from Beastcoast.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be kicking themselves on complexity as well. I think especially Z-Freak. Like, the problem for him is he still has this refresher orb and the refresher shard, right? But he just can't get them off. And the reason is, as soon as Royo drops the Sanity's Eclipse on him, he goes from 100 to 0 straight away because he hasn't built any int items. Well, he's got the Hex on Z-Freak, I guess, but like, It's just not enough.
Yeah. I
Like,
mean,
he
I
literally
would.
goes from 100 to 0 if he doesn't have his BKB on.
He
during the
just
sanity.
got dropped. I want to know, Roya, how much damage did he do with the sanities this game? 4,700 damage dealt only to the Enigma in this game in the form of sanities. 11,700 done in total. That is just ridiculous. That is so much damage done from one spell.
If you're Z-Freak this game, like, did you see in the last fight, he popped BKB, blinked in, and just kind of walked around a little bit. Like, if you have 3 black holes, just use it on somebody and refresh, and just use the BKB again. Like, just commit to one person every single time. You don't need to find these, like, 2 people black holes, right? Like, just hold your base. You have to throw everything you can at the end. Just hold your base, lol.
Yeah. I mean, that's all it'll take. And Tavo going for the cute kind of wraparound players at the end there. I mean, I'm not sure it would have made a difference if he stayed back and tried to defend with his team, because once that sanities came down, that was basically it. And, you know, it was nice from Puck to be like, oh, I'm going to tether 2 of them. But he just refresher orbed and tethered 2 supports down. And they didn't need their supports, really. Royo was doing more than enough. And if it's, you know, if it's Miracle, Shadow Demon, and Z-Freak, I think it was, versus Royoya and Leo, that is Royo and Leo's fight every single time. They don't have the control, they don't have the health, they don't have the intelligence to take on Royo in that situation. Leo's happy to just frontline and sit there with his Radiance and just be a threat. Force them to go because he's just hitting on your Ancient right there. A really kind of huge call from Beastcoast to go for it at the end. Really, really all in. You know, they just said, all right, this is the all-in play. You know, we're not going to defend. We're not going to hold on to mega creeps. You know, they can mega us. It doesn't matter because we are winning or we are losing in this situation. That is such a hard call to make as a captain, and you got to give credit there to because making that call is the absolutely right play. So it was. They won the game, which they were behind the entire time on.
Imagine if you're in a close qualifier situation, right, and you like get mega creeps and you still end up losing the game, and that's your game 1. Like, they have to come back from that now, right? Like, imagine how difficult it must be to reset your emotions. Like, it's going to be so difficult.
Yeah, that's it. It sets you in a really bad stead for the rest of the day. But, you know, it's still the round robin, still plenty of Dota to be played, still plenty of momentum to be found from either team right now. So, you know, Beastcoast going to be super happy with the way this one went, and Complexity going to be a little bit frustrated, but hopefully they can keep their emotions in check and move forward to the next game. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to be moving forward to our next game, which is, of course, going to be Old Suck Gaming versus Black Sheep. And, of course, you all know who Black Sheep is, all the NA fans will, but that's Mason, I Annihilate, Diane, Boris, and Bloody Nine playing up versus Old Suck Game, which is B, Ryalisa, Versatus, Chives, and Empyrean 5. So that should be a fun game. 2 of the kind of, I want to say dark horses, but I guess we can call them black sheep instead, of these qualifiers coming out against each other and kind of get an idea of how these guys are doing and how much they're going to be able to have an effect on the upcoming round robins, when they'll be able to take some surprise victory off against some of the bigger giants in this bracket. So we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to be back with that matchup. So don't go anywhere. My name is Nomad. Here's MoFarah, and we'll be back very soon.